my breath in the dark and chilly hallway, eavesdropping on my husband's phone conversation in the other room.
I just don't find Tanya attractive anymore. She's 40 pounds overweight, and she looks 20 years older than she actually is. She's not the woman I married.
His words pierced my heart like broken glass. I bit my lip to hold back the painful tears, touched my thin and age-spotted skin and my flabby belly that I'd spent years trying and failing over and over again to lose. I yanked at my sweatpants that squeezed my waist, embarrassed that they were the only clothes that still fit comfortably. Then I ran back to our bedroom and buried my face in my pillow, feeling like a worthless stranger in my own home.
Hi, my name is Troy Addison, and with Tanya's permission, I'd like to tell you a painful and humiliating story. It's about Tanya's journey from suffering a devastating heart attack and being diagnosed with high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes, with her doctor warning her she only had 12 months to live, to discovering the 3-minute dirty Hollywood secret that melted 3 pounds off her waistline in just 18 hours, and then melted away 42 pounds over just a few weeks. This secret even has a New England Journal of Health medical study that backs it up. I also want to show you how 49-year-old Tanya used this same secret to reverse the damage to her cells, improving the elasticity of her skin. So she went from people thinking she was 70 to people thinking she was 35. And how she discovered the shocking new study about the $60 billion weight loss industry. Research that reveals the dark, deadly, top-secret cover-up happening with every popular fat loss program, from Weight Watchers to Nutrisystem to The Biggest Loser. If people knew this repulsive secret, they'd never pay another dime for those useless programs again. They'd drag the lying, cheating CEOs through the streets. You'll be surprised to hear that useless low-fat, zero-carb, and low-calorie diets are just as despicable. In the next few minutes, I'll uncover the disturbing truth, and I'll share with you how Tanya found out the latest discoveries about why. If you're over 40, then your weight loss hormones could be shutting down, making it impossible for you to slim your belly. But as a glimmer of hope, you'll also see how Tanya found Hollywood's dirty 3-minute secret that lets you revive your weight loss hormones no matter how old you are, letting you lose fat without giving up all your favorite cravings. Especially if you've got more than 10 pounds of belly fat that just won't go away. Because this 3-minute dirty Hollywood secret has already helped men and women over 40 all over the world to melt 3 pounds off their waistline in just 18 hours, and lose an average of 31 pounds over the next few weeks. Not to mention, turning back their biological clock and healing damage to their cells so you can reverse type 2 diabetes, solve your thyroid or blood pressure issues, feel tired less often and have more energy, especially in the bedroom, get relief from your joint and muscle pain, strengthen your immune system to get sick less often, and rejuvenate your skin cells to look and feel 20 years younger. As shocking as it sounds, in just a few minutes you'll discover the disturbing truth behind why you can eat the same as someone else, exercise the same, and yet they'll lose weight while you get fatter. And you'll discover 3 vegetables your doctor has been telling you are healthy, food you eat every day, and yet these 3 vegetables are secretly making you gain at least 1 pound of fat per week. The pharmaceutical industry is covering up the simple truth behind why you haven't been able to get rid of your stubborn belly fat, no matter what you've tried. If Tanya had known how a 3-minute Hollywood secret could melt away 3 pounds of belly fat in just 18 hours, she could have skipped her traumatizing ordeal with her husband. But how can you blame her? Because the revolting truth is that the drug companies are covering up this simple secret. They kept the truth from Tanya, and they're keeping it from you. They don't want you to see the medical study that tested every single mainstream fat loss program and found a dark, deadly cover-up in every single one. But I'm going to show you that study in just a second. Please, take action as soon as you can, because the real culprit that's hijacking your weight loss is a shortage of a vital hormone in your body, and that shortage also triggers all sorts of other health risks. Your bones become brittle and fragile, your blood pressure jumps to dangerous levels, your risk for heart disease and heart attack shoots through the roof, and it's practically guaranteed you get type 2 diabetes. All because this one hormone imbalance is making you fat. Even more terrifying, it's made worse by this wrong sort of exercise, or even something so simple as living at a high elevation. Keep watching, and I'll show you how to tell if this hormone imbalance is causing your fat gain. Plus, you're only seconds away from seeing the 3-minute Hollywood secret to solve this deadly problem and lose 3 pounds of belly fat in 18 hours. Because no matter how hard the corrupt drug companies tried to keep this natural secret covered up, it's finally gotten out. And I'm going to show it to you right now. I know this sounds like a lot to take in, but if you'll keep an open mind for the next few minutes, I'll show you the medical studies to back it up. Plus, I'll show you my own clients who have already used this dirty Hollywood secret to change their lives. People like Cinnamon B, who lost over 117 pounds, and Stephen M, who lost a total of 121 pounds. And because I know you might be wondering, let me tell you what this secret isn't. You won't be gasping for breath with miserable cardio. You don't have to spend money on overpriced equipment, or any equipment at all. You don't have to take any weird, unproven supplements. You won't starve yourself with restrictive diets. You don't have to give up all your favorite foods. And there's absolutely no gimmicks. Just hard science from university medical research studies. Now, before I get into the nitty-gritty of this Hollywood secret, I want to introduce myself. My name is Troy Addison, and I'm the best-selling author of several fat loss books, including The Flat Abs Diet and The Science of Abs. I've personally helped thousands of clients around the world, and my YouTube health channels have helped over 17 million people. I've even had amazing reviews from places like Fox News, USA Today, ABC News, and NBC News. I've trained alongside people like Eli Manning, NBA Finals MVP Chauncey Billups, and even gold medalist sprinter Justin Gatlin. But I knew I'd found my true calling when I turned my attention to helping folks over 40 lose weight and cut decades off their biological age. Most of my clients find me because their friends can't stop talking about how much fat they lost and how great they feel. I've become known as the worldwide expert in helping people over 40 lose fat, no matter their circumstances, no matter how many things they've already tried. And that's where Tanya was. Now, Tanya's given me permission to share her story with you. She said it would be a little embarrassing, but it's worth it to help you melt 3 pounds of fat from your waistline in just 18 hours. A few years ago, Tanya's life was starting to unravel. No matter what she did, she couldn't seem to lose any weight, especially the extra fat around her waistline. She hated going to new clothing stores, because half the time she left red-faced and humiliated that nothing fit her. She hated looking in the mirror, and she longed for the days when she felt attractive. Her skin looked thin and spotty. She felt tired all the time. Her joints ached. Life felt overwhelming. She knew she needed to make healthier decisions, like eating better and exercising, but that just stressed her out even more, and she fell back into unhealthy habits. She tried losing weight through popular programs like Weight Watchers, but never saw any success. Because here's the infuriating truth about the popular weight loss programs like Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers. Research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association tested 53 of these programs and found that it didn't matter which one people used, or even if they tried things on their own, they lost the same amount of weight. That's right. Men and women over 40 lose the same amount of weight, with or without those expensive programs. They're all useless scams. So Tanya wasted thousands for nothing. And that same study found that low-fat diets are a sham too. The science shows that a low-fat diet simply isn't an effective way to lose weight. And low-carb or low-calorie diets are just as bad, since our bodies need carbs and calories to function. Not only are any results painfully slow, but it's almost impossible to stick to a low-carb or low-calorie diet. Unless you've got the willpower of a Navy SEAL, you end up starving yourself, giving up, and then feeling guilty. That's where Tanya was trapped when it happened. The most humiliating 24 hours of Tanya's life. It started when her 7-year-old daughter, Ruthie, got off the school bus in tears. Tanya scooped Ruthie into her arms. "What's wrong?" "They pushed me down and called me fat," cried her daughter. Tanya hugged Ruthie and told her everything would get better. But even Tanya didn't believe her own words. Kids followed their parents' examples after all, and Tanya had shown Ruthie how to be overweight. How was she supposed to help Ruthie when she couldn't even help herself? Tanya spent the rest of the day worried about her daughter. That night, her heart was pounding so hard that she couldn't sleep. She got up to walk around, thinking that would calm her down, but as she stood in the kitchen, Tanya got lightheaded and suddenly couldn't breathe. She leaned on the counter but slipped to the cold tile floor. She gasped as a sharp pain went up her spine. The pain jumped to her chest just as her husband walked into the kitchen. Tanya told me she'll never forget the fear she saw on his face. He rushed her to the hospital. The next thing she remembers is waking up in a sterile, white room. Her husband sat next to her holding her hand. Soon, the doctor came in to explain what happened. "You had an ischemic heart attack," said the doctor. "If your husband hadn't brought you here so quickly, you'd be dead. And on top of that, your blood pressure and blood sugar levels are dangerously high. You develop both high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes." Tanya couldn't believe what she was hearing. "Your weight is killing you," said the doctor. "If you don't lose at least 25 pounds in the next month, your next heart attack could happen within a year, and it will kill you." Tanya's heart dropped. She'd spent years trying to lose weight, starved herself, exhausted herself with exercise, and nothing had ever worked. And now she had to lose 25 pounds in 4 weeks? She felt absolutely hopeless. The first night she was home from the hospital, Tanya reached over for her husband and realized he wasn't in bed with her. She got up to find him. As she crept down the hallway, she saw the glow of a lamp from around the corner and heard her husband talking on the phone with his brother. That's when she heard those hurtful words. "I don't find her attractive anymore. She's 40 pounds overweight, and people think she's 20 years older than she is." The next morning, she slipped out of bed before her husband woke up. She threw on some sweats and walked outside. She didn't know where she was going. All she knew was that she felt like she'd failed as a mother, wife, and woman. In just 24 hours, her overweight, aging body had been a terrible example to her daughter, caused debilitating ailments like high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes, given her an ischemic heart attack and a 1-year death sentence. And now it was destroying her relationship with her husband. He was supposed to be a rock, supposed to be the person she could always turn to. But Tanya was terrified that she'd pushed her husband away by letting her body fall apart. And she had no idea how to fix it. Tanya didn't know it yet, but her problems were thanks to the scammy weight loss industry that the Journal of the American Medical Association has proven to be useless. The whole thing makes me furious, because it's not just her. Before I ever met Tanya, one problem about fat loss after 40 had been driving me crazy. 2 different people could eat the same food, do the same exercises, and one would lose fat, while the other would stay the same, or even gain weight. Sometimes it seemed like it was almost impossible for men and women over 40 to lose weight. I found the answer in the place I least expected it: Hollywood. I was in town helping an actor get in shape for a role when I had the opportunity of a lifetime. A one-on-one meeting with my idol, Greg Plitt. I've already mentioned some of the celebrities I've trained with, so when I say how excited I was to meet Greg, you can see how big of a deal that is. Greg's been on the cover of over 100 fitness magazines, so you could say he knows a thing or two about fat loss. Now, for Greg's entire career, people have guessed about his biggest secret. How does he always lose extra fat the night before his photo shoots? So when I had my chance to meet him, I asked him directly. "How do you lose fat so fast?" Greg told me. "I see fitness as a science. The body is a precise balance of hormones, amino acids, vitamins, and minerals. And with the right techniques, you can perfect that balance to keep your body young and healthy." "When I need to lose fat," said Greg, "I use a natural technique to boost my HGH." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. See, HGH is another name for human growth hormone. A fake chemical version of HGH is used by celebrities, professional athletes, and the super wealthy to burn fat and lower their biological age. You might have heard accusations, real or not, I don't know, of people using it, like Sylvester Stallone, Tyler Perry, and Peyton Manning. But here's why I was shocked at what Greg said. The chemical imitation HGH is dangerous. It causes swelling and agonizing joint pain. It can damage your eyesight. It creates phantom sensations on your skin, so you feel burning, itching, or numbness. It's even suspected to contribute to cancer and deadly tumors. "You can't be serious," I said. "That stuff is dangerous." Craig just laughed. "I'm not using the imitation chemical HGH. I'm helping my brain produce real, natural HGH. It's only the imitation chemical HGH that's dangerous," said Greg. "Natural HGH is produced by your own body. It's not just safe, it's necessary for healthy fat loss. See, real HGH is produced in the hippocampus region of the brain. It's the natural tool your body uses to grow muscle, burn fat, and repair cell damage. Like any aspect of our bodies, different people have different amounts. But as men and women pass 40, our natural HGH levels drop. That means weaker bone density, cells take longer to heal, skin cells weaken and thin, and your body stubbornly holds on to fat. That's why it's almost impossible to lose weight after 40. Your natural HGH levels have dropped. When I need to make sure I grow muscle and melt fat fast, Greg told me, there's a technique I use before bed. Greg tensed and relaxed specific muscles in a specific order. It sends a message to the brain to boost natural HGH production. That means healthier cells and quick fat loss. I couldn't believe it. I just found out Greg Plitt's fat loss secret. He'd taken Hollywood's dirty, dangerous secret and transformed it into something 100% natural and healthy. It doesn't matter if you're over 40. Once you boost your HGH, you can lose fat lightning fast and cut decades off your biological age. Of course, I had to see for myself if it worked. I started by making sure there was real scientific research to back it up. It wasn't hard to find what I was looking for. In 1990, the New England Journal of Medicine published a study showing that increasing HGH melts fat, helps grow lean muscle, and strengthens cells for healthy, radiant skin. Plus, study after study has shown similar results. In fact, there's another study going on right now at the University of Michigan that's expected to show that increased HGH can speed recovery after muscle injury. It was the proof I was looking for. Not only did I discover plenty of studies showing how effective HGH is, but I found recent research on simple methods to raise your natural HGH, like 2 amino acids in foods you can find in any grocery store to boost HGH production. How timing your meals just right can give you healthier skin, the bizarre secret of how laughing at the right time of day melts fat, plus 10 more methods to boost HGH, lower your biological age, and burn fat fast. You'll notice a lot of these techniques are about timing. That's because your brain releases HGH while you sleep, and these different techniques will work best if you use them at the right time before bed. I took these methods, organized them into an easy-to-follow guide, and sent it to my clients. The results absolutely floored me. This Hollywood secret helped my clients melt 3 pounds off their waistline in just 18 hours, and then another 10 to 15 pounds in the first week, leading to an average weight loss of 31 pounds in just a few weeks. And that's including my clients who had never been able to lose weight before. People like Paul, who lost 28 pounds. I thought that solving this mystery and helping so many people was the greatest success I'd ever claim. But then I met Tanya. The morning after she overheard her husband's phone call, I found Tanya crying in the corner of a coffee shop. I bought her a coffee, sat down across from her, and asked if I could help. Well, Tanya opened up to me. She told me how her weight and prematurely aging body was ruining her life, how she was letting down her daughter, how she'd developed high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes, and even had a heart attack. How her doctor had said if she didn't lose 25 pounds in 1 month, another heart attack would likely kill her within the year. And the thing that hurt her right to her core, how her husband said he didn't find her attractive anymore. I knew that I had the answer to Tanya's problems. I started Tanya off with the simple tricks that I'd been teaching for years. I told her to avoid a few dangerous foods that make you pack on the fat. Foods people always hear are healthy. 2 breakfast foods, 3 garden veggies, and 1 spice. The 2 so-called healthy breakfast foods are regular yogurt and oatmeal packets. Both are packed full of unhealthy sugars and unnatural high fructose corn syrup. Next, you'd think all vegetables are healthy, right? Wrong. Some vegetables are full of starchy carbs like corn, potatoes, and even peas. Make sure you avoid these 3 as much as you can. Only eat them in moderation. Last, you know I love how most spices are a healthy way to add flavor. But there's one kind of spice you should absolutely avoid. Those pre-prepared spice packets like taco seasoning or chili seasoning. Not only are these stuffed with extra salt, but most also have a chemical called maltodextrin, a mixture of sugar, salt, and hydrogenated soybean oil. It will totally hijack your weight loss. Now that Tanya knew these key foods to avoid, plus others I shared with her, I wanted to give her something she could actively do. So I showed her my #1 after-dinner carb-burning trick to help lose 3 pounds in 18 hours. Here's what it is. After you eat, do 5 minutes of light exercise, even something as simple as going for a brisk walk. This boosts your metabolism for hours afterwards, burning away that dinner you just ate and melting the fat stored in your belly, butt, and thighs. But while I knew these tricks worked, I knew Tanya needed something more. She needed to raise her natural HGH. I shared with Tanya the guide I'd put together, and I helped her organize a plan to put it all into practice. Tanya went home and then used the techniques for the first time that night. Less than 18 hours later, Tanya woke up to see she had lost 3 pounds of fat from her waistline. Over the first 7 days, she lost 13 pounds of fat. And then, over the next few weeks, Tanya lost a total of 42 pounds of fat. For the first time in years, Tanya had a flat belly. Plus, that natural HGH boost also worked wonders for her joint pain and energy levels. Not to mention, it healed her cells to help her skin look young and healthy. Her first breakthrough happened when her daughter Ruthie kept right on following her example. Ruthie got down to a healthy weight for her age, and those bullies left her alone. Now, I was most impressed with what had happened when she went back to the doctor for her follow-up. The doctor did some tests. Then about 20 minutes later, the nurse came in and did the tests again. "We just want to double check," said the nurse. About 20 minutes after that, the doctor came back in. "What did you change?" her doctor asked. "It's like you're a younger woman. It's amazing how much weight you lost. But what's really amazing is your blood pressure and blood sugar levels. Both aren't just normal. They're more healthy than average for your age. Your high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes are gone." Tanya explained about the technique she used to raise her natural HGH. Her doctor nodded and smiled like he didn't believe her, despite the miracle he was seeing in front of him. "Whatever you did," he said, "keep it up. Your chance of another heart attack is now almost 0. At this rate, you'll live to be 100. Let me tell you, Tanya walked out of that doctor's office beaming. She knew she'd turn her life around one night as she was getting ready for bed. She finished brushing her teeth and stepped out of the bathroom. Tanya's husband looked her up and down and whispered, "Wow. You look amazing." Between her figure coming back and her skin looking young and healthy, her husband remembered how beautiful she was. He apologized, and they worked out their emotional issues that her weight had caused between them. Today, she's a new woman. She loves how she looks in the mirror. She loves her flat belly and her radiant skin, and she loves the way she turns heads of people 20 years younger than her. Most of all, she loves how the future is no longer dark and depressing. Tanya recently turned 50, and she's looking forward to another exciting 50 years. Once I saw how much this secret helped Tanya, not to mention all my other clients, I knew I had to share it with the world. I first thought the best way to get the word out would be offer it to the weight loss industry, so I contacted companies like Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig. I sent dozens of emails, made dozens of phone calls. Nobody cared. Not one single positive response. I suspect no one cares because there's no way to keep milking people for money once they know the secret. Think about it. Once someone knows this secret, they can start easily losing 3 pounds in just 18 hours, and then losing an average of 31 pounds in a few weeks. But that means they won't need to pay monthly subscription fees to Weight Watchers, or keep buying the newest equipment, or sign up for whatever the next fad diet is. The weight loss industry brings in $60 billion every year. They don't want the secret of natural HGH to get out. So I decided that if the big guys wanted to ignore the truth, it would be up to me to get the word out myself. I took the guide that I'd shared with Tanya and worked with several experts to make sure it was dirt simple to understand and follow. I decided to call it fat-extinguisher. I wanted to make sure this is as done for you as possible. All you have to do is open up the guide and follow the techniques. I included Greg Plitt's muscle tensing method to boost HGH, along with a nighttime eating hack that takes advantage of the 2 amino acids so you know what foods to eat and when to eat them in order to maximize your HGH production. And then, to make things even easier, I'm also including a list of 12 herbs, spices, and minerals to make sure you eat throughout the day to give your nighttime HGH production an extra boost. I also put together a list of so-called healthy foods to avoid. These are foods that many people think help with fat loss, but they actually hold you back. And of course, I made sure to include all 10 tricks to boost your natural HGH production. The average weight loss of my clients so far has been 31 pounds in just a few weeks. Like Rhea, who lost 61 pounds, and Justin B., who lost 26 pounds. And there's one more thing I didn't mention. If you're in a hurry and want to melt away as much fat as possible, as fast as possible, especially around your thighs, butt, and belly, then you'll love this. I created the Fat Extinguisher 1-Week Fat Buster Guide to help you erase your extra fat ASAP. Now, if I could, I'd share this with the whole world for free. But the truth is, I'm up against some pretty big forces here. The weight loss industry isn't happy about the secret getting out and cutting into their $60 billion profits. I've received some nasty and threatening responses from people who want to take this presentation down. So I'm going to have to ask you for your help in the form of a small fee for your copy of Fat Extinguisher. I have to stay on top of hosting fees to keep the website up, not to mention legal fees from dealing with the industry. And the help I'm asking from you to keep this presentation up and running is pennies compared to what you'd pay for something from the weight loss industry. Programs like Weight Watchers, Nutrisystem, or Medifast cost between $300 and $800 per month. And remember, the American Medical Association studies show that none of those diets help you lose any more weight than you would on your own. I'm not out to get rich, so I decided to set the price for Fat Extinguisher at $39.95. I figured out that's what it cost me to share this secret with 5 more people. So when you claim your copy of Fat Extinguisher, not only are you starting your journey by losing 3 pounds in just 18 hours, but you're also helping 5 other people escape from the misery of being trapped within their own weight. You'll help people change their lives, just like Justin K., whose life of drugs and partying almost killed him, until he used these secrets to turn his life around and lose 21 pounds of fat, not to mention all the muscle he packed on. Or Teresa M., age 58, who wanted desperately to improve her life so she could be around for her 2 children. And thanks to people like you helping spread the word, she's now lost 55 pounds. So if you're ready to lose 3 pounds of fat off your waistline in 18 hours, lose an average of 31 pounds over the next few weeks, and reverse your biological age by 20 years, then click the button below to claim your copy of Fat Extinguisher right now. To make this as easy as possible for you, I'm guaranteeing Fat Extinguisher with a 60-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're not happy with it, or for no reason at all, just contact me for a full refund. In fact, here's what I'd like you to do. Download Fat Extinguisher right now. Use the HGH boosting techniques this evening. Let your body release the extra HGH while you sleep, then check your weight first thing in the morning. If you don't lose 3 pounds in 18 hours, I'll refund you 100%. So I'm taking all the risk on myself. That's how confident I am that the Fat Extinguisher will change your life. Now that you've discovered the secret to losing 3 pounds of fat off your waistline in just 18 hours and turning back your biological age by 20 years, the way I see it, you've got 3 options. Option 1, you keep doing what you're doing. Your belly will stay the same or get bigger. Maybe you'll try to lose the fat, but if it didn't work before, what's different this time? You'll still look and feel older than you are. Your kids will keep following your example and living unhealthy. Your own health will keep declining until a heart attack, stroke, or other problem cuts your life short. And all along, the people you love will forget the real you and start only seeing your overweight, prematurely aging body. Or there's option 2. You use one of the famous diet companies to lose weight. But since the American Medical Association studies show that their results aren't any better than what you would get on your own, you'll get the same depressing results as option 1. Only this time, you'll be out $300 to $700 per month. You'll still live the rest of your life unhappy, trapped inside your body, slowly losing the respect of your loved ones. That's why I hope you choose option 3. Download Fat Extinguisher right now and lose 3 pounds of fat off your waistline in 18 hours and an average of 31 pounds over the next few weeks and cut 20 years off your biological age. I've done everything I can to help you achieve that. I've shown you the research behind the Hollywood secret and the natural, healthy techniques to boost your body's HGH production. I've shared with you the story of Tanya and my other clients who have used this secret to lose an average of 31 pounds in a few weeks. I've let you help others discover this secret by setting the price at an affordable $39.95, which allows me to spread the word to 5 other people, and I've taken all the risk on myself by offering my 60-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. The only thing I can't do is click the Add to Cart button for you. So click that button right now to say goodbye to the old you and welcome in a happy and healthy future. If you're still here, that tells me 2 things. 1, you're taking this research-backed secret seriously, and 2, you have a couple questions before you're ready to pull the trigger. To make your life a little easier, here's the answers to a few of the most common questions I hear. Does this Fat Extinguisher really work? Yes. The key factor, the secrets to naturally boosting your HGH production, have been shown to work in study after study. Not to mention, they've been used by my clients all over the world to look and feel younger, reverse ailments like high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes, and of course, lose 3 pounds in 18 hours, and an average of 31 pounds in a few weeks. Will I have to starve myself? Absolutely not. Fat Extinguisher is not about insane calorie restriction. It's about taking advantage of the hormones in your body and the techniques we talked about to boost your natural HGH production, which helps melt away fat and build lean muscle. It doesn't require going hungry. How much will I have to exercise? That's entirely up to you. Many people are satisfied with using these secrets to naturally boost HGH and lose up to 31 pounds in a few weeks. Some people want to lose weight faster and decide to add in a little exercise. Whatever you decide, you'll soon be looking at a flat stomach and a smiling face in the mirror. What if I'm not satisfied? You'll get 100% of your money back, no questions asked. Is this program safe? Yes. People all over the world are already using these techniques. HGH is a natural hormone released by your brain every single night. With fat-extinguisher, you use simple methods to boost how much HGH your brain releases. There are no chemicals, nothing fake at all, only natural methods of increasing release of your natural fat loss hormone. Can anyone use fat-extinguisher? Yes. It's especially effective for men and women over 40, but this secret will help people of all ages lose weight. What if it doesn't work? You've already seen how well this has worked for other clients, but if for some reason it doesn't work for you, I'll refund you 100%. Think of it this way. Grab your copy of fat-extinguisher right now. Tonight, use the secrets to boost your HGH. If in 18 hours you haven't lost 3 pounds, I'll refund your money. That's how confident I am in this program. I'm letting you test out fat-extinguisher yourself for zero risk. Click the button below to start your new life today.